The majority of organ transplants use organs from death row prisoners. If this is true, it fails to explain a strange phenomenon. Take Shenyang City as an example. CITNAC, or short for China International Transplantation Network Assistance Center in Shenyang City, can find a matching kidney for a patient in a time span between 1 week and 1 month, while a patient in China on average needs to wait 6 months to a year. Moreover, CITNAC uses kidneys from living donors. In other words, the supply of living kidneys is at least 10 times more than the nation's average. We've already learned that the majority of organ transplants in China use organs from executed prisoners. With this in mind, does it mean that Shenyang has 10 times more death row prisoners than the rest of the country? And if not, where else do they procure living organs besides executed prisoners?
They are not getting organs from executed prisoners. They are capable of procuring living organs, and they have an extremely large living organ bank. These three facts have suggested a very horrible situation. Organ transplant matching is a very complex process that involves blood type matching, tissue matching, and cross-matching. In other words, a hospital has to examine the blood, tissues, and cells of all the donors at its disposal in advance so that it can harvest any specific donor's organs at any time for a patient in need of organs. This means all the people in its organ bank have lost their physical freedom, and their organs are entirely at the disposal of the hospitals. To be more specific, they share the same fate as livestock at the chopping block. Let's think about it. There is such a colossal group of people in China incarcerated in organ farms. Their families probably don't know where they are or their helpless situation.
So what can we make of these horrible allegations revealed by the 3 informants about the Sujiatun concentration camps harvesting organs from living Falun Gong practitioners? Let's take a look at further evidence. Information accidentally disclosed by the Chinese government and China's health organizations that fully support the reports from the 3 informants.
On March 31, 2006, the World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong published its second investigation report on the Sujiatun concentration camp.
我们调查过程中还发现了一个非常可怕的现象，就是这些医生啊。
During our investigation, we encountered a horrifying fact. Most of the medical doctors that took our calls openly admitted and even advertised that they can provide organs taken from Falun Gong practitioners.
According to the investigation by the World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong, at least in Henan Province, Shandong, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Beijing, Tianjin, Liaoning Province, and Hubei Province, there are hospital staff or organ transplant surgeons that guarantee to supply Falun Gong practitioners organs. Here are some examples. Liver Transplant Center in Qianfoshan City, Shandong Province.
提供这个该的这个有一种说是那种练那个法轮功的那种，我就问你说有没有用？好，
您过来就行。
哦，就可以，就是说有啊。
您这样吧，您过来那个3月4月份肯定会比较多的这样的供体，现在就供体逐渐多起来了。
4月份为什么多起来？
这个我没法跟你说这个。
按照不好，
因为这牵扯到不是说这些没必要，就是说跟你解释这个问题，这个问题没法解释。
Zhongshan Hospital of Fudan University in Shanghai.
要等多久啊？
以后1个礼拜左右就可以做了。
他有没有这种练这个法轮功的这种提供的就说是很好。
这个我们都是这种。
The First Center Hospital in Tianjin Oriental Organ Transplant Center.
然后他那个医生跟他讲，就是说这个肾源挺好的，就是说那个他练功人家练什么功？练法轮功，就是练法轮功身体都比较好嘛，练功这想。你要给他这么一个这种情况，
我们也有这种所谓的叫不是有呼吸或者有心跳的一些供体，我们也会有。这个我们可能大概有。 今年到目前为止，可能这样的有10几个这样的肾脏。
On March 17, 2006, the second informant revealed that the Sujiatun concentration camp was located in the Liaoning Province Thrombosis Treatment Center of Integrated Chinese and Western Medicine. Its on-site crematory oven is actually a boiler room. Some destitute farmers from nearby farming villages were hired to work in the boiler room. Allegedly, these farmers stole jewelry and watches from Falun Gong practitioners before throwing their bodies into the incinerator. The following is the actual audio recording of the phone conversation with one of the farmers that works in the boiler room.
你们是他们本院职工还是农民招来的？农民呢？我听说你们不单纯是烧锅炉，也负责焚烧尸体是吗？那我听说焚烧尸体的时候，有的时候呢，你们会有一些额外的，就是发现一些首饰啊、一些手表啊、项链啊这些东西，我收购一下可以吗？包括你那些同事。你是哪呀？如果你愿意的话，我们见面说好吗？同意的话呢，我就找个地方，我们俩见面，然后价格呢，我们可以协商，只要你愿意，我愿意，我们就成交。然后呢，你有多少我都要，你看行吗？那太远了，我不能去。我不会上太远的地方，你也可以你挑。
Minghui.org, or the English sister site clearwisdom.net, issues an urgent announcement on April 6th. Hospitals and transplant centres in many provinces and cities in China are rushing to perform a large number of transplant operations.
Urgent announcement. Falun Gong practitioners in underground concentration camps, including Sujiatun, have been secretly relocated and are subject to slaughter at any time. Meanwhile, some hospitals in China have suddenly increased the number of transplant operations. According to tips from mainland China and investigations, the Chinese Communist regime hastily published the interim regulation for human organ transplant practice after the Sujiatun concentration camp was exposed. However, the regulation will not take effect until July 1st, 2006, and thus we suspect the regime is allowing time to destroy all evidence of the crimes.
According to our investigation, hospitals and organ transplant centers in many provinces and cities, such as Heilongjiang Province, Liaoning Province, Jilin Province, Beijing, Tianjin, Henan Province, Hebei Province, and Hubei Province, are working overtime for large batches of organ transplant surgeries. Hospitals even encouraged our investigators to hurry up and come to China right away if they want to have an organ transplant. Some even promised to find an organ from a matching donor in a day or two.
According to the current investigation results, the sudden increase of organ supply in many different areas of China cannot be a decision made by any local government. The Chinese Communist Party is suspected of having made plans to wipe out all of the remaining Falun Gong practitioners imprisoned in their human organ harvesting farms in order to eliminate evidence.
Like the veteran military doctor said, it is a piece of cake for the Chinese Communist Party to make thousands of people disappear overnight or completely change a place beyond recognition. Chinese Communist Party is now confidently and generously inviting the media to come investigate and tour Sujiatun. It never blinks an eye when it denies ever killing any Falun Gong practitioners, just as it denied ever killing anyone in the June 4th student massacre at Tiananmen Square in 1989. The only thing it is incapable of controlling is the fact that one Chinese after another is stepping forward to reveal the truth. This is Kian Wong for Zooming In. We'll see you next time.